Look at the screen. Look at the screen. 8-year-old Landover playing outside in Blakistan one moment, killed the next. I will never understand the thought process of Blakistan, a drive-by shooting. But you want somebody to come and build in the community. Why would they? At this point, it's just not safe to inhabit. Check it out. Fair use.
As the number one leader in his life.
That is the mother of an 8-year-old boy who lost his life to gun violence last night. Family tells Fox 5 Peyton Evans just finished a football scrimmage and was playing video games inside a Maryland apartment when he was shot dead.
And police say he was not the intended target. Sierra Fox on the story tonight. She is live in Landover after speaking with the family. Sierra.
Jim and Marina, this is where 8-year-old Peyton Evans, lovingly known as PJ, was shot and killed. You can see the door is now boarded up and there's shattered glass everywhere on the ground. Police say they are still looking for the person who committed this senseless act. And when I spoke with PJ's mother today, she had tears in her eyes and this message for the killer.
It was some coward mess that you did, but you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it. You hear me? You are going to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a believer of the Lord, man. God is my number one provider. And I put that in my son. He knew that God was his provider.
Turn yourself in. Be a man. Be a respectable human being. If you ever were not one before, now is the time for you to turn yourself in.
The Prince George's County Police Chief says around 8:20 last night, a white sedan pulled into the Lansdowne Village Apartments on Bright Seat Road and fired multiple rounds. He says 8-year-old Peyton was not the intended target. PJ's mom says he just finished football practice and went to a family member's house for Taco Tuesday. He started playing video games, and 10 minutes later, he died in her arms. A neighbor tells us this has never happened in her 14 years of living in her apartment, but now she wants to move. Portia Lee heard the commotion.
It was pop, 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 and then pop, pop, pop. It was more like a boom, 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 then boom, boom, boom. It was really loud. It's just tragic. I mean, it's a baby basically, 8 years old. I mean, he's a baby, and why would you just shoot into an apartment like that? And then not just that apartment, but then the next door neighbor's apartment too. Like, what are you doing?
Here's Peyton's mom, Tiffany Evans, sharing with Fox 5 that he was about to start the 3rd grade at Thomas G. Pullen School, a creative and performing arts academy where he was on the honor roll. He loved to sing and dance, and he was also an athlete, a football player. Right now, PJ's family is planning for his funeral as well as a community vigil. When we learn more about it, we'll be sure to let you know on fox5dc.com. And in the meantime, his mother just appreciates everyone's support and love during this difficult time.
Looking at this, I hate to say it, but I understand why nobody invests in Blakistan in the Black community. I hate to say it. They can only do it individually. Scope out certain ones. You just can't do it globally because of behavior like this. People say, oh, that's just one circumstance. A lot of our people don't get it. It's like appearance is everything. It's like seeing a person as homeless. Oh, well, that's just on that person is homeless. The person already saw them as maybe unkept and unclean. Most are going to stand back. Appearance is everything. This behavior that's exemplified in the area, this is the norm, though. This is how a lot of our people operate. And you wonder why nobody wants to invest in Blakistan. First of all, if they see that happening to the people there, why would they come there and put their lives on the line? This group, when we have people like this, drive-by shootings. It's sad when you're your own worst enemy. It is sad when you're your own worst enemy and everybody knows it. This vehicle, white sedan, somebody knows something, male or female, baby mama, mammy mama, grandmama, his homies. This is why nobody wants to invest in the Black community. And it's really sad. You have some people that are good people that are stuck there due to finances. That's why I try and harp on. I just did a video on the Patreon. Trillions of dollars being transferred. People are not waiting until they die to give the kids the money. I just did an article on Patreon, and it shows $35 trillion accumulated, people in their 70s. And here's the thing, I've seen it. $35 trillion, people in their 70s are giving away. And the article reads, they're giving the money away because they want to see their children do well while they're alive, not wait till they're dead. They want them to see them buy this home. You know, they want the happiness of it. They want to see them get this education and not have debt. Everybody's not born rich, and that money that they've earned, they didn't earn that money. Not everybody has to have, a college education. Some of that money is earned just by common sense things, sacrificing. Life insurance, very common. It's not rocket scientist. Investments, not just saving, but planning. What are we planning for our children? What are we leaving besides dust and death? What are we leaving? Will the next generation, will your kids end up having to stay in Blakistan and maybe dodge bullets? You cannot live a simple life. Not in Blakistan. You might as well be in Afghanistan with all the drama. The Taliban is knocking on the door, but this right here, they just start just shooting indiscriminately. Blakistan. It should be every African American's adult you should start planning for your family. Now, for some people, it's going to be hard because if you're in a hard place, if you're not in a hard place, between a rock and a hard place, and you're worried about, where you're going to live, survival, I get it. But we have to start planning. If we can afford Christmas, you can afford life insurance. If you can afford Christmas, Thanksgiving, you can afford buying gifts. We can afford trips and vacation. We can afford to invest. How many children have to die at the hands of another Black woman or Black man? And most of the time it's the men doing it. Then you have women, getting pregnant, issues. How many children have to die in the community? It's the only community we just love to destroy each other, and it happens every day. Sure, crime happens in all races. I don't need some idiot saying, Becky over there killed her kid. We have an epidemic. Blakistan has a totally separate epidemic within the group. So, all rest in peace. 8-year-old child. Playing sports 1 minute, deceased the next. And they have to ask and plead for the murderers to come forward, knowing that someone knows. But that's how we do. Well, not we, but that's how a lot of people do. We like to protect the degenerates. So welcome to Blakistan. This is an everyday occurrence. It is something I will never understand. The thinking of Blakistan for people who do this. And you wonder why nobody wants to come and build. Young Black men running the streets wild. Mammies mammy them up. Girlfriends having children by them. We're just doing a good job of destroying ourselves. No one else needs to. Any other group that's self-hating on the group, they can retire. Leave Blakistan up to their own devices, and you'll see what happens. Anyway, stay safe, everybody. I cannot imagine the 8-year-old child just start shooting discriminately. Black Lives Matter, just the same. I'm not talking the group Marxism, I know about that. But just think about it. Black Lives Matter. It would be a great day when Black Lives Matter to a lot of our Black people. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share, and I'm out.